Courtney here with Southern Owls. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are designing a kit from my store, Southern Owls. So let's get into it. In your kit, you are going to get 2 rolls of mesh. This is 10-inch mesh. This is fabric mesh. Y'all are going to love that mesh. You're going to get this really cute Merry Christmas sign. I love him. You're going to get pipe cleaners. You're going to get wire to hang your wreath. And you're going to get your cable tie. You're going to get your work form, and you're going to get pre-cut ribbon tails. Beautiful, beautiful ribbon. And you're going to get a bundle of ribbon like this, and this is going to be for our bow. So let's get into it. So you're going to cut your mesh at 20 inches. I have already pre-cut all the mesh to save us time today for our tutorial, but this is pre-cut mesh, 20 inches. So I'm going to throw this off to the side. And let's get our work form up and ready. So this is called a raised work form. And I love using these because they make a showstopper wreath. So I just like to get my ties ready. I'm going to push that over to the side. And we're going to get our mesh. And like I said, this is already pre-cut at 20 inches. And what I do is I just cut my mesh on top of each other. So it's less time. We're going to do ruffles today. So I'm just going to throw my mesh down on my table like this. I'm going to tuck it under about an inch or two. I'm going to find the middle, give it a pinch, and then I'm going to walk my fingers over to the other side, staying in the middle as best as I can. And I'm going to make sure that this side is also tucked under about an inch or two. That is a ruffle. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to open up any twisty tie you want to start with and just lay that mesh right down into that tinsel and give it a few good twists. We're going to do the same exact thing over and over and over. And this is called the ruffle method. So we're just ruffling it up in our hand, going right next door to the next twisty tie, and just laying that right down in there, just like that. So we're going to do, it's all the same color mesh, but we're going to do opposite directions as we're laying down this beautiful fabric mesh. And we're just going to make sure that we're totally covering up that work form. So that is why I like to lay my mesh down in different directions. Now, we are going to go around 2 times, and that's also going to make sure that all of our mesh is completely full and beautiful and hiding all the mechanics of our work form. Also, when you're putting this mesh down into this work form, you really want to make sure that you're getting those twisty ties really nice and snug as you're going. So as you're doing this ruffle method, just make sure when you lay down in those twisty ties, you get it really nice and tight in there so that mesh isn't going to move around on you. Because we got to remember, this wreath is going to be outside in the elements on someone's front door. And we just want to make sure that it's not going to get, completely destroyed outside. Okay. Now we're just going to keep on going around doing that every other direction. We're almost done with the front, or the top, should I say. So I just throw that mesh down, tuck it under about an inch or two, pinch the middle, walk my fingers over to the other side, and then I'm going to make sure that that side is also flipped. Come right over here, open up that tinsel tie, lay it right down in. Guys, you can find this, excuse me, you can find this wreath kit on my website, which is theSouthernOwls.com. theSouthernOwls.com. I have a limited quantity, so if you want this, make sure that you go and jump on it. I apologize for running out of kits so quickly, but I promise more kits are coming. I always have a new kit coming out every other week for the rest of 2025. Now 2026, we are ramping up the kits, y'all. We're gonna have more kits at Southern Owls, so I'm super excited. So we're moving on to the bottom, and as you can see, I'm doing that same exact method, but now I'm just putting them down into my tinsel ties, and I'm only going side to side. So I'm opening that up and just ruffling up that mesh. And then I'm just putting them in side to side down here on the bottom. You're going to love this fabric mesh. It is super thick. It has amazing coverage. I love fabric mesh. It's great. All right, so we're just going to add these in. Give them a few good twists as we go around. So there's 8 tinsel ties on the bottom, or excuse me, on the top, and 10 tinsel ties on the bottom. So we just want to make sure, oh, I didn't get the tape off of that. The tape on this one, hold on. This was the end of the roll. Let me let me get that tape off. Blooper. Okay, let me ruffle that back up. I'm so sorry. So where was I? There's 8 tinsel ties on the top and 10 on the bottom. So you're going to need 18 pieces to go around once. And then we're going to need to double that because we just always want to make sure that our wreaths are really, really nice and full. And you want to make sure that you're covering up all the mechanics, right? We want our client to not see that wire on the work form. Okay? Go around twisting that in. Super, super beautiful. So like I said, these kits are available at thesouthernowls.com. That is my website where you can find all of my wreath kits. So if this isn't speaking to you, but you want to check out what else I have a wreath kit tab on my website where you can go and check out all of my wreath kits. Just tossing that up on my table, tucking it under about an inch or two, walking my fingers over to the other side, staying in the middle as best as I can, and making sure that other side is tucked in under as well. And we're just throwing these in those tinsel ties. Of course, this was like my grand finale for Christmas. I wanted to do, this is my favorite. Rustic Christmas. This is me. This is me. Like if I, oh my gosh, if I had to pick one style, I would pick Rustic. I love Rustic Christmas. Okay, so now we have done one full lap all the way around. So now we're going to go back to the top and add in that second layer. And remember, if you went side to side first, you're going to go up and down next. So we're just going to rotate what direction that we went in. So this one is up and down. So we're going to go side to side. Now it is a little bit more difficult adding in that next layer because you got to deal with the other mesh that's already in there. So don't get frustrated, just stay with it. And that mesh is now secured into those tinsel ties. So you go ahead and move it around a little bit, right? Manhandle it. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day today. I'm so thankful that you are here today on my channel. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to Southern Owls YouTube. I would love to have you over here permanently. I drop new YouTube tutorials on Tuesdays and Fridays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. As of right now, this is 2025, so if you're watching this, years later, just know that some things that I say right now might change in the future, but as of right now, I drop 2 tutorials a week, and I love it over here. Y'all are amazing, my YouTube family. If you want to sign up for my email list, I do have a subscriber list over on my website as well, theSouthernOwls.com. If you scroll down all the way to the bottom of my site, you can enter in your email address, and you'll be the first ones to know when I drop a new kit or what's going on with Southern Owls for the week. I like to do just weekly, updates of what's going on, or if anything's exciting, I just drop it over there. So you'll be the first ones to know. Okay, so we got the top all done, and now we're just gonna go around. We're gonna put that second layer all around the bottom. Just still doing that ruffle method all the way around. Let me know, guys, if you ordered this kit and you've never worked with fabric mesh before, you gotta let me know what you think about it. I love it. It's one of my favorite meshes to work with, just because it is nice and thick and full. It's got a lot of good coverage. And I love that this mesh is plaid. It totally goes with my rustic farmhouse Christmas theme. Make sure that you're getting that second layer nice and tight in there as well. Just twisting those twisty ties in there. And remember, on the bottom, guys, we just go side to side. Don't worry about changing the directions, because once you get that in there, you can just kind of move it up, fill in those gaps if you see any. And we'll take a look at it once we get all of our mesh, the foundation in there. Also, guys, if you love my YouTube channel, I do have a private design group now called Double Troublemakers. We teach a little bit more business over there and elevated wreath making. So if you're interested in taking your wreath making to the next level or starting a business, we would love to have you join the private group, Double Troublemakers. You can find out all the details at doubletroublemakers.com. Doubletroublemakers.com, y'all. I'll give you all of the bullet points and all of the savings that you get when you join the group, which is always a nice little bonus to get some savings when you join a group. Okay, few more to go. I love these pencils. This is looking gorgeous, y'all. Little hint of black, not too much, but just enough to pull in that rustic vibe. Guys, also, if you go and purchase a wreath kit, make sure that you are shopping my wreath kits, because I do sell completed wreaths on my website as well. So make sure when you are purchasing a kit, it says Rustic Santa Wreath Kit. Make sure kit is in the title, because I do sell completed wreaths as well. Okay, that's beautiful. Look how nice and full and gorgeous that is, y'all. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. So next, I always like to add in my sign. And today we are using a metal 10-inch sign, and these are from, excuse me, this is from Creek Road. It's one of my favorite places to buy signs. And this is a jewelry hole puncher. You can find these at Creek Road as well. So I'm just gonna go around and punch 4 holes all around my sign, trying to stay top, middle, side as best as I can, just eyeballing it. And you're going to get these pipe cleaners, and you're just going to thread your pipe cleaners through that hole that you just made. I go down about an inch or two, and then I just wind it around itself. We're going to do that to all 4 sides. We just do that just to make sure that sign's not going to go anywhere. And one more. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, so I always like to make sure there's a tinsel tie at the top, bottom. That's kind of how I measure which way's top and bottom. And I'm just gonna place that right in the middle, right in the center of our wreath. And I'm gonna start threading through these pipe cleaners. I always like to have one hand underneath my wreath, one hand on top, so that hand underneath my wreath can grab that pipe cleaner and guide it to the bottom, right? And then I'm just twisting the pipe cleaner around the work form 2 or 3 times until it's nice and secure. We're going to do the same thing. See, I like to thread it, pick up my wreath, I get my other hand underneath it, trying to guide that pipe cleaner through the mesh right there. Guys, you always want to make sure you're going through your mesh. Don't move it out of the way. You want to make sure that that sign has something to sit on top of. If you move your mesh out of the way, your sign's going to sink down into your wreath and you're not going to be able to see it. Okay, this is already stunning and we haven't even added the bow or the ribbon tails. I love this mesh. This is beautiful. And I really like how the red and white really accents the black and white of that sign. Okay, last one, and then I'm going to kind of show y'all what I mean. There we go. About threading it through and then around the wire. 1, 2, let's go. One more. Thread it around, nice and snug. Oh, that's so adorable. Adorable. Okay, so now we're going to get the hardest thing out of the way. We're going to get this roll of ribbon, a pipe cleaner, and a cable tie. We're going to undo this little bundle and set it out. You should have 4 strips of ribbon, and the white should be a little bit longer than the others. So we're just going to do a cute little bow. We're going to start off with this Santa ribbon, and we're going to do a 6-inch tail. So we're going to measure at the 6, give it a pinch, and then move it back down to the 0. We're going to do 2 5-inch loops. So that means we need to measure at the 10, because once we bring those loops together, that makes 5 inches. So 1, 2, 10 inches, bring it around, twist that ribbon up, and then another 6-inch tail. I am going to leave your ribbon a little bit longer. I do that on purpose just so you'll have a little bit of wiggle room as you're designing this. Guys, it's totally okay to use a bow maker as well, okay? So that's why I always like to give you the dimensions of what I'm doing, the measurements. And if you got to use guys, if you got to use a bow maker, totally okay. Okay? Totally, totally okay. Okay, so 6 inches, we're just going to place it right on top. And we're going to do the same thing. 5-inch loop, so we're going to measure at the 10, bring it around and loop it and twist it so it's facing up. 10, and we're going to come back down, lay it at the 1, and cut off that little extra for a 6-inch tail. We're going to come in with a black and white plaid, 6-inch tail again, give it a pinch, and then we're going to shrink down those loops just a little bit, and we're going to make them 4.5 inches. So we're going to measure at the 9, and give it a little loop and a little twist. Where'd my scissors go? Anyone else always lose their scissors, or is it just me? Okay, we're going to get this white. I think this is going to look so pretty as the middle. So we're going to do a 6-inch tail again, lay it right on top. We're going to do 2 4.5-inch loops. So measure at the 9, bring it together, twist, 9, loop it to the other side. And then this is that racetrack loop where you flip it upside down and over your thumb. Cute. Cute. Or over the dowels. Oh, that was really long. Or over the dowels if you're using your bow maker. Oh, I'm so sorry. Y'all good? Woo! Okay, that could have been bad. We're gonna get our cable tie. We're gonna thread it through right where we're holding everything. Go around. Start putting it together. Not all the way though. Leave a little room so we can slide that pipe cleaner right in. Like that. And we're gonna snip that off. And then we're gonna twist this around a few times. 1, 2. And now I'm gonna lay my bow down and we're gonna start fluffing out our bow. Hold on, I wanna make sure this is on a diagonal. There we go. Flip it upside down. Or right side up. Oh my gosh, Court. Hello. Okay. Just holding it in the center, fluffing it out. Now we're going to go around and we're going to dovetail all of these ends. So dovetailing just means we're going to fold that ribbon in half and cut up at an angle. Fold that ribbon in half, cut up at an angle. Fold in half, cut up at an angle. We're just going to do that all the way around. Guys, also, these are my favorite scissors. They're also from Creek Road. They are super, super sharp, and I promise you, once you buy a pair of these, you will never buy another scissor again because they are fabulous. Okay, there's our bow. Our bow be bowing. Super cute. Love it. So now I'm going to put our bow on. I'm thinking I want to put my bow up here on the left-hand corner, but if you want to put it down at the bottom, that would be super, super cute also. But I'm thinking I want my up at the left-hand corner. So this is totally up to you and what you want to do. So I always just use those tinsels on my wreaths as guides. So I'm doing that upper left corner tinsel tie area. And I'm threading through those pipe cleaners just like we did the sign. I have one hand on top and one hand on the bottom, making sure I find those pipe cleaners and guide them through. And once again, I'm just twisting it around that work form so it doesn't go anywhere. Now that our bow is nice and secure, we can go in and kind of just fluff it out, move everything around where we want it to go. I think I'm going to cut these down just a little bit because I don't want them to cover up my Santa. So we're going to cut them just a little bit. I always want to make sure that we can see the sign. You know, I don't want to cover it up. Beautiful. Oh, so cute. Okay, so now you have all of these fun ribbon tails. I went ahead and I dovetailed all of my ribbon tails already just to save us time for this tutorial. But you'll have to go and dovetail all of your ribbon tails. I'm going to start off with Ho Ho, Mr. Santa, and we're just going to lay our black and white plaid snowflake right on top, right in the middle. We're going to find the middle of those ribbons, give it a pinch, and we're going to go right underneath our bow and lay those ribbons in those tinsel ties. And once they're secure, we can go in there and just fluff out those ribbon tails. So now we can see our beautiful, beautiful ribbon. And we're going to do that same thing all the way around. Now we're going to use our beautiful snowflake and the fun glitter. It's Christmas. We need some glitter, okay? We need glitter. All right, layer it, pinch the middle, put it right next door to where you just were in the next tinsel tie. And then we're just going to spread out those ribbon tails. Just like that. And you just keep on doing that same pattern all the way around our gorgeous, gorgeous wreath. Guys, we are using directional ribbon, so kind of just be mindful of Santa and which way he should go. He's going to be a little sideways over here, but that's okay. Just be mindful of, oh, Mr. Santa. You have to use Santa ribbon though, right? It's Christmas. Like, you got to do it. You got to do it. Whoop. All right, right in the middle. Go right next door and twist him in. Give him a few good twists. And then start spreading out that ribbon, just layering it however you want it. But just so we can see all of that beautiful, beautiful ribbon. Don't mind this. I know I messed it all up. It's fine. It's fine. All right, remember, Santa doesn't want to be upside down. So when we put him on over here, make sure that Santa is going the right direction. Just fluff him out. Beautiful. Let me know. Do you like this kit? Do you like Rustic? I'm a Rustic girl. I love me some Farmhouse all day. Farmhouse and Whimsy. That's my go-to. All right, we're gonna lay these down. Same thing. And we're just gonna gently move our bow out of the way a little bit so we can hit that top space. Twist it around and make sure Ho-Ho is going the right directions. Oh, this way. And then we're gonna fluff out our bow. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh, he's so happy. Okay, now we gotta do the bottom and then we're done, y'all. And then we are done. So same thing, we're just gonna stack up our ribbon, layer it on top of each other, find the middle, and then just put it right into those twisty ties. Guys, on the bottom, I just leave mine in a V, but if you want to fluff them out on the bottom, totally okay too, y'all. This is your wreath. You get to make it however you want to make it. These are just guidelines for you to follow. But if you want to fluff out these ribbons on the bottom as well, go for it. Go for it, y'all. All right, we're going all the way around. Guys, if you're new here, yes, I'm from Texas. Yes, I say y'all. Welcome, welcome. Where's everyone watching from today? Let me know. Let me know where I've hit, what states I've hit, what countries I've hit. I love seeing my friends. I have a lot of friends in the UK that watch me over here. So welcome in, UK friends. Glad you're here. All right, just a few more. We're just stacking these. I'm just going all the way around. Like I said, guys, you can find my kits on my website, which is theSouthernOwls.com. TheSouthernOwls.com. I'm planning to have a lot more kits in 2026. Hopefully, we won't run out as fast. But if we do, that just means I need to buy more, right? I need to get more supplies for the future. All right, pinch. Put them right in there. Ooh, so cute. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What do y'all think? Let me get the light right on him. beautiful. Can I boop? I am filming on a new device today, so I'm like, I don't know if I can move it up like my phone. Oh my goodness, so gorgeous. I love him. I hope you enjoyed this wreath kit from Southern Owls. That's why I keep on looking up to instead of at the camera, because the camera, the little, the lens for this device is off to the side and not up top. I'm always used to looking at the top, but it's over here. It's over here. So if you're like, Courtney, what are you looking at? It's because I'm getting used to this new device, okay? Okay, y'all, give me some grace. Guys, if you want to purchase this kit, you can do so on my website, which is thesouthernowls.com. Thesouthernowls.com. I sell my wreath kits over there and completed wreaths, so make sure that you're buying a wreath kit and not a completed wreath. The wreath kits will say kit in the description, okay, my friends? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love him so much. He is so stinking adorable. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And if you have any questions, drop them right here on the tube. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you over here always. And guys, I can't wait to craft with y'all again soon. Bye everyone.